Investing and financing is the topic. By combining two dimensions of CVC investing, strategic and financial objectives, four distinct investment strategies can be outlined. Driving investment are pursued by CVC for strategic alignment, that is tightly linked between the investment company's operations and the startup company that is being invested in. The purpose of this investing option is to advance the strategy to the current business. The CVC looks for key growth areas within the startup companies and then hopes to combine them with the company's initiatives. Appropriately, selected investing and alignment can benefit the investing company by furthering the corporate strategy. On the other hand, this could result in failure. Closely linked investments especially roll into the current strategy in place, and this would not be useful in dealing with already disruptive strategies in place or in finding new ones when the investing company needs to update processes when trying to keep up with a changing environment. If CVCs are looking to transcend current strategic and processes, they would need to look to other investing strategies. Next, enabling investment are also made for strategic purpose, but this in case they are not linked closely with the investing company's operations. The thought process is that a tight link is not necessary for a successful investment to help the investing company to succeed. Although this may seem counterintuitive, the idea is to take advantage of complementary products. Enabling investments complement the strategy of the current business. Ideally, the popularity of the investment will help to create demand for the investing company's product by stimulating the industry in which the products are used. The limit of enabling investments are they will only be successfully if they capture a substantial portion of market growth they stimulate. Now, emergent investments. They do not promote current strategies, but they link tightly with the investing company's operations. If the business environment or company strategy changes, the investment could become strategic valuable. This design helps create a sort of option strategy that is independent of financial returns. Emergent investment allow investing companies to explore new untapped markets that they are unable to enter due to their focus on the current markets they serve. Investment products can be sold in new markets to help gather vital information that could not be otherwise obtained. If the information looks promising, the company could look to shift towards this new direction. Emergent investments are initially made for financial gains but could ultimately result in strategic gains as well. On the contrary, if they do not prove to be important for the company's strategy, they should be left untouched to generate whatever financial returns possible. In summary, emergent investment require balancing financial discipline and strategic potential. Now, passive investments. They are neither connected to the investing company strategy nor their operations. These investments do not help the investing company to actively advance their own businesses and can only provide financial returns. Essentially, passive investments are no different than typical investment, whose financial returns are contingent on the volatility of the private equity market. Due to the lack of any strategic advantages with this kind of investing, passive investments are not very practical or advantageous. Now, what are the stages of financing? Corporate venture capital firms provides funding to startup companies during various phases of development. Each phase has its own financing requirements, and CVCs will often indicate the stage of financing needed and the type of investment they prefer to make. Latter stages of financing usually mean less risky investments, and thus investment in these companies typically costs more money due to higher company or product valuations. Investing in startup companies hope to provide CVCs with a return on investment within 4 to 7 years, whereas investment in established companies are expected to a shorter 2 to 4 year period. Early stage financing. The startup company basically has a concept. Capital is used to carry out market research and product development. Startup financing can be used to establish management, research and development, marketing and quality management teams, and buy additional equipment and resources. An extension of early stage financing is first stage financing, where companies can start manufacturing and sales processes to initiate a product launch. Seed capital funds. In the early stage of the company, the startup is still shaping its concept, and production and service are not yet developed fully. Investment money can used at this time to construct a working prototype. Additionally, the funds can be used to further market research and legal issues such as patents. Investment firms only expect 20% companies to succeed, moving to second round of financing. In this stage, the company can often be moved to another round of funding or even a series of funds that take over the management of the investment. Investing firms expect a high percentage of business and often provide funding on stages that is dependent on the startup company reaching set milestones. For example, a venture capital may agree to $5 million during this phase, but may pay out the funding in 1/3 installment based on startup meeting set milestones. Finally, CVCs often look to promote or insist on specific executives to manage the startup at this time. Now, companies already selling product are funded at this stage to help in their expansion. $1 to $10 million can be provided to help recruit more employees to establish engineering, sales, marketing functions. And companies are often not making profits at this time, and thus funds can also be used to cover negative cash flow. Next, mezzanine financing allows for greater company expansion. This can include further development of the management, plant, marketing, and possibly even additional products. Companies at this stage are often doing very well, breaking even, or even turning a profit. Initial public offering. When a company goes to public, it is called initial public offering. This is also an ideal scenario CVCs hope to achieve. With the investment, the startup company stock can now be bought and sold by the public. This is when an investing company can finally earn a significant return on its investment. For example, suppose a CVC were to invest or buy 50% of startup for $5 million. If the startup then goes to public for $100 million, the CVC's investment would grow to $5 million or tenfold its initial investment. This is often the last phase where CVCs are involved. They look to sell their stock to cash it on the returns from their investment. Next, they look to reinvest in new ventures, starting from the beginning to invest in a new startup. Merger and acquisition. Due to current economic climate, IPOs have become a rarer occurrence recently, causing venture capital firms to look towards mergers and acquisitions. This is a more realistic scenario, especially when startup companies do not look to function independently. Acquisition financing uses investment funds to acquire or buy another company. This may be completed by venture capital firms to align their startup with a complementary product, or business line where the combined companies look to assimilate smoothly, creating advantages. Acquisitions could also work in an opposite direction where an investment startup is acquired by another firm. Using these capital gains, it can look into reinvest with a new venture, merger, or similar to acquisitions. So in this case, one company is not buying another. Rather, the two companies are combining to share resources. The technology, which it hopes to leverage for several advantages such as cost savings, liquidity, market positioning, and sharing burdens such as fund raising. Thank you.